Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Thursday, May 10th, 12:10 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018. You're looking at a fantastic loop prepared by the USGS, of all people, of the Kilauea caldera dropping off into oblivion, back into the earth. The Kilauea caldera has dropped over 780 feet since the eruption began. And this is coming from the USGS again today, less than 12 hours ago. Volcanic activity notice for Kilauea. Steady lowering of the lava lake at the summit has raised the potential for explosive eruptions in the coming weeks. Civil defense will issue alerts if needed. Explosive eruptions can occur when the magma column drops below the water table, which it is doing as we speak. Groundwater interacts with hot rock. Steam and pressure build in the blocked area after massive landslides occurred today. So we're going to be watching this closely. This could potentially eject boulders that weigh up to 20 tons. We saw examples of this just months ago on the ski resort from hell video. And we're going to be watching this closely because the population in this area is extremely dense. Flooding forces evacuations in Montana as storms head for the Midwest and the Northeast. Look at the depths of these waters. Heads up. Waves of storm bring damaging winds to Chi-Town. There's a tree on a car. You get links to all this down below. Quickly, let's take a look. These are the storms they're talking about. Hail, strong winds and gusts possible tomorrow. That's Thursday. Thursday PM storm threats, marginal severe risk, mainly isolated strong gusts, 2 to 8 p.m. This is rush hour, folks. North of New York, all the way down to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. Looks like it's going to be right on the state line here. Jersey, Philly, 5 p.m. Heavy thunderstorms. By 7 p.m., Norfolk's going to be hit, and then it's off the coast quickly. This is just a drive-by. Let's look at the GFS models for total snowfall and do a drive-by into the end of May. It looks like heavy snow showing up here now in the new models in central Wyoming. That's off the chart here. That's in the 4-foot range above gray. So there could be heavy isolated snow here in certain portions of Wyoming, central western Wyoming. Heavy snows in this portion here. Heavy snows in the northern Rockies for late May. And it's even showing a late May pulse down here in the southern Rockies, which we need. We need every single drip of this. The Sierras look like they're getting a little bit of snow here in the second 2 weeks of May. And eastern Canada, heads up, there is a snow pattern up there deep into May. Now let's look at what I just uncovered with the GFS model showing up May 26th, just off the coast of Louisiana. That's a hurricane, folks. Showing up on the GFS model. Early May, on the 26th. There are another major hurricane, except Abel, back on the 21st here. Cat 1, 2, back in 1951. We would expect to be repeating a similar cycle as the Cat 3 Hurricane Abel in 51, Tropical Storm 1 in 52 at the same date. So my call is this will be a tropical storm repeating the 1952 cycle of May 25th. And it will happen on the same date. On May 25th, this will be a tropical storm, just like back in 1952. Right here, when it hits 978. From 983, it'll be a tropical storm in this region. And it's going to hit, it might stay in the Gulf. This is just a model, folks. But this is showing you things to come. This is definitely going to develop. Heads up, Florida. Heads up, Louisiana. Heads up, New Orleans. Just showing you the models, folks. And here's the data. Early season hurricanes and tropical cyclones. We're just using history as a model. History will repeat itself. Here's the forecast for the western U.S. Heavy winds, red flag warnings, fire warnings, and flooding up in Montana. Let's talk about the largest wave ever recorded in the Southern Hemisphere ever on Tuesday. New Zealand recorded a massive 23.8 meter wave. On Tuesday night, the Met Ocean Solutions wave buoy moored in the Southern Ocean just south of New Zealand recorded a 23.8 meter wave. 70 feet high. 70. That's a 6-story building. It's a very exciting event, and to our knowledge, the largest wave ever recorded in the Southern Hemisphere, says senior oceanographer Dr. Tom Durant. Our own previous record was 1 year ago when we measured a 19.4 meter wave. This wave eclipses that by almost 20%. And these are all happening recently. Has nothing to do with Al Gore, everything to do with the grand solar minimum, the changing magnetosphere, and the changing Earth. Climate change even may threaten one of the world's most resilient lizards. I'll leave the links. A giant precursor to a giant earthquake may have been detected by gravity satellites. Click here to protect yourself from natural disasters if you're an idiot. A study by Isabelle Panet and her French colleagues published this month, coupled with amazing tsunami footage of flipping minivans, was profiled in the journal Nature Geoscience, finding a large precursory gravity change over the Japanese archipelago starting a few months before the M90 Tohoku earthquake. Now, the signals were processed by GRACE, which is the Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment satellite duo launched back in 2002. The authors found nothing comparable to the precursory signal in the preceding 5 years. They also found a large gravity signal associated with the Tohoku earthquake itself, which, with the post-seismic period, as others have previously published using the same data. Because of its uniqueness and importance, these researchers have a skeptical review. So, gravity anomalies could potentially lead to large earthquakes. And here we see a map showing the gravitational gradient around the location of the Tohoku earthquake prior to, during, and after. You can see the gravitational acceleration vector from one point from the Earth's surface to another. And so they're using this to predict major earthquakes. And they're also doing that over at quakewatch.net. So if you're an observer. Now you want to take, so we just reported on huge Swiss snows, and now let's talk about Sweden. Sweden just breaking records here. This mountain that you're about to watch and witness is the snow that they removed from the town below. And it is an all-time record height. In fact, this mountain may not melt by next winter, in which case this will be the first city to actually start forming its own glacier. Al, I thought you said it would never snow. There's a whole mountain of it over here in this one country. When will they learn? So that's what it looks like over here in this Sundsvall, the western city limits in Sweden, where they make a mountain above the city because they need to remove the snow. It snows so much there. But it has snowed so much this year that the mountain is higher than it has ever been. And that is a boom. A KISS, history, science, theater, sonic boom. The best kind of boom there is. I'll leave you links to everything, including the boom, the best boom, the KISS boom. Bye-bye vanilla ice cream. Key ingredients price now rather astronomical. Have you heard? This is the first of the major key ingredients to become out of reach for humanity. It's over, folks. I hope you've stockpiled your vanilla extract because it's gone from $2 a bottle to $20, soon to $200. The classic plain Jane ice cream flavor may be soon off the shelf unless you want to pay $12 for a scoop. Whew. It's insane. Nobody's going to pay $12 for a single scoop of ice cream. When Friley opened in 2012, They were paying $50 US per gallon, 3.79 liters of vanilla extract. Now he's paying $550, an increase of a ton for the same amount. Recently, that is converted to $750 to $800 Canadian dollars because clearly this guy needs a little propecia. Heads up, Donald. Intense hailstorm hits Rajouri District, Jammu, and Kashmir, killing 110 animals. Someone is not eating supper. Heavy rainfall and hailstorms hit Jammu and Kashmir region in India on May 9th, trapping 10 families of a nomadic tribe in the hills, hurting their noggins, apparently, and killing 110 animals. This is no joke, folks. The hail we've been reporting on is epic and increasing quickly. Severe hailstorms hit Shimla, Pradesh. Look at that. It looks like snow. These people have like head helmets on and umbrellas. Those are hail umbrellas. A severe hailstorm hit Shimla, Pradesh, the capital of the largest city in northern India. Its surrounding region on May 8th. Squalls of gusty winds through Friday the 11th are expected. Look at that. That is insane. The high-altitude tribal areas and other high reaches had fresh snowfall as well. 12 centimeters. Al, it's summer down there. Severe sandstorm hit Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Qatar. It's blurry, folks. A severe sandstorm swept over large parts of Saudi Arabia and over Bahrain, Qatar, May 9th. There's the satellite imagery. They weren't alone. Another massive sandstorm engulfed Rajasthan in northwest India. Just days after an extreme powerful thunderstorm and sandstorm swept parts of India, claiming the lives of 125 people, another massive sandstorm swept over the northwestern states on the evening of May 7th. The storm hit parts of Rajasthan, Punjab, Delhi, Kilauea, disrupting power supply in some of the states and putting tons of sand in people's eyes. Ebola outbreak declared in the Democratic Republic of Congo, 17 deaths confirmed. This is in such a remote region. This is an underestimate, folks. Keep your eye on the outbreak. Strong M6 earthquake hits Hindu Kush. No reports of damage or deaths. Let's check the update. This is a seismic update. There it is in Tajikistan, 6.2, in the middle of nowhere. We have this major quake in Kokopopo, Papua New Guinea, reported on 24 hours ago, about to go off the map. Heads up, major activity in the San Andreas region, especially in the geysers, where there was a 4.0, 4.2, 3.6, and multiple other aftershocks in this region. This could be the new Yellowstone, folks. Look for a geyser to jet out of the ground at any moment. And I'm not joking. 2.5 in Challis, Idaho. I'm sure people are fear-mongering about Yellowstone. They should be worried about the geysers. There has been an uptick. This is a pattern that's increasing in periodicity and extent. You look for the pattern, guys. Most recent quake and note up here in Teton, Washington. And we could have some volcanoes waking up in this region. There's the volcanic chain. There's the quake. So, interesting uptick worldwide of predicted events that we're following. 5.3 here in the Marianas Islands. More to come about Hawaii. Explosive eruptions, ballistic rocks possible. We just talked about it from the volcano in Hawaii, Kilauea. The potential for explosive eruptions from Kilauea in the coming weeks is rising. There have been reported explosions today in the last 24 hours in many communities near Leilani Estates. And the officials on the ground were evacuated today in that area because of high concentrations of sulfur dioxide, putting them at risk of life. This is a serious event, folks, and it is only going to get more serious. The potential for explosive eruptions from Kilauea's volcano in the coming weeks is rising, which could result in pebble-sized projectiles being sprayed several miles from the fissures, according to the United States Geological Survey. Officials in Hawaii said late Wednesday that the 15th fissure officially opened up. Wednesday's USGS warnings came as residents in the community of Leilani Estates have been under siege from lava. The USGS also said nearby towns could be dusted in volcanic ash if such an eruption would to take place. Steam-driven eruptions at volcanoes typically provide very little warning. We will not know when this happens. It's just going to go boom. Kiss History Science Theater sonic boom, folks. I'll leave you links to it. This is no joke. And that was a blackout surge. Here's the visual that we showed you earlier to get you familiar with what happens when you cannot predict an event that violently explodes. Huge boulders fly in the air, everything gets covered in dust, and people shit their pants. Erupting Hawaii volcano could next spew 10-ton boulders from its summit. This is the most recent headline coming out from scientists as they say it. This is just hours ago. The ongoing surge in volcanic activity on the Big Island could soon cause massive explosions from the volcano summit. Scientists and Hawaii officials now warning that apparently 10-ton boulders could explode. Whew. Those are big ones. Space Weather News update. The coronal hole is now affecting us still. And there are some crazy stuff going on here, guys. Look at this negative magnetosphere. The magnetometer went to negative 180 nanotesla, maybe 190. This could be an error, or it could be signs of things to come in a very bad way. And it's all happening quickly, folks. So keep your eye on the prize. Start preparing now to survive and thrive in the future. And heads up, because they are age restricting our videos. Thanks, Jed. That's Jed Hussein walking towards a volcanic fissure, making it inappropriate for children and young adults to watch. And this video from the other night still demonetized because people are not allowed to hear the truth. And actually, these are coming in from complaints from within the community. People watch these videos and they send a complaint to YouTube that this is BS, nonsense, demonetize it. I don't want my children watching the truth. Please. Have they read the comments section? Let's talk about solutions. This is the Roledro LED grow light bulb, 45 watt total draw. Cost about 3 cents a day to run this baby. That's it. Maybe a penny. Depends on what your cost is per kilowatt. Basically costs nothing to grow food. If you have 25 bucks plus nothing in electric, you could be growing food. Why you're not doing it right now, if you live in an apartment or any other place, I just don't get you. I'm leaving you links. Yes, do it. Here's the roll of blue and red light. Why is it freaking out on me? Let's get this picture. There it is. There is that baby. Okay, so for $25.99, it gets 4.5 stars. You can't go wrong. Start growing your own food today in your closet. If you have a bigger area like a countertop, you can talk about the Park Seed Complete Self-Watering Grow Light for $150. You have a hydroponic system or aquaponic system. It's self-watering, whatever. You can just put your microgreens in there and go. Go to work, continue your rat race, be the slave that you are, you know what I mean? And just do it. And then when you come home, you can eat some healthy microgreens. I'll leave you links to that. Let's talk about living technologies. But first, let's talk about money. It is a hoax. Debt, it is your slavery. Media, they're manipulating you. And the system is a lie, folks. International Cannabinoid Research Society is the truth. And we're going to leave you links to the most cutting-edge science on cannabinoid research today. And joining us next week on our radio show is the doctor responsible for spreading the word nationwide on why you should be talking to your doctor about cannabis and getting off of the pharmaceuticals produced by the industry, because those are killing you, to be quite honest. So I'll leave you links to this very important document, the International Cannabinoid Research Society, and let's talk about living technologies. They also are subscribers to our channel that have amazing resources that we are about to make available to you at a discount. We're going to give you the link coming soon for the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, where you get discounts on all of the products that they sell. They don't have much of a markup here. The owners have confided in me that they have a very small markup. So by giving us a discount, they're basically breaking even. And this is going to allow you to get some of the best products on the market for your health and welfare now, to stockpile, to survive and thrive in the future. So stay tuned for this discount code and come here and check out what Whole Food Supplements can do for you. And these are sourced from some of the best quality products. Who they are, and why they support us. And we're going to get our own link here on the website, Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Please click here for the truth. Boom. History Science Theater Sonic Boom. That is. Too much talking tonight. It's been for hours. I've been talking the radio show on and on and on. County planners. Here's the news, folks. There are no rules in place for the type of things we want to do here. So what we're going to do is create the rules, because these rules need to be in place for the future of all humanity survive and thrive. We need to be living off-grid, and we need to do it legally. We need to be using biodynamic composting systems and gray water management, which are basically illegal everywhere. But we're going to change that. We're going to change it quickly here in this area and be an example to those around that think that septic systems and sewage ponds and all that garbage is actually success. The true success is going back to nature, recycling everything in a cycle. It's a permaculture principle. Biodynamics is the key to the future, and that's the truth. So we're going to be changing the planning in this area and the zoning so that we can use composting toilets, we can have tiny homes, and we can all survive and thrive on a low budget. Did you know that 90% of the population is poor? If you didn't, you haven't been watching. Be safe, everybody.